Spoiler warning, this video contains spoilers. The Legend of Zelda. We know it, we love it, and most importantly, we all have conflicting opinions on it. But today, none of that matters because today, this is my video, and if you disagree with me, you can just go make your own video complaining on how you think that the new game's an unnecessary cash grab put in place as filler until Breath of the Wild 2. With that, it's time that I talk about the prequel to Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda, Age of Calamity. So the game starts off with the events of the Calamity having already taken place. We can see the light of Zelda's power awakening, which has an unexpected side effect. And with this thing's newfound life, he then proceeds to open a time portal into the past. But uh-oh, big boy. Luckily, he manages to escape when we are brought into the past. Over here we've got the king himself commanding an army to go fight some monsters or something. And this is where we start the game. And after jumping around for a while, it's time we go fight those monsters. Or just stand around and watch as the guards unsuccessfully do so. Hey, you get out of here. I'm trying to watch this dude at work. After a while, we encounter a moblin, which is actually a proper foe. And after capturing this outpost and doing some other stuff, we encounter the Round Guardian. But before we can even get a good look at it, a distraction manifests itself in the form of Impa being chased by a bunch of bokoblins. It's her! She's so young! She also ends up dropping the Sheikah Slate and activating Mr. Egg over here. And then suddenly, Tower. And after doing some more stuff, we get to play as Impa. But within the first minute or two of me switching characters, the recording broke. And Impa proceeded to stand here for a few minutes, and when the recording continued, the sound was gone. Dang it, Impa! That was a brand new capture card! And aside from having the ability to break my capture card, Impa can also inject symbols into enemies' bloodstreams and proceed to rip them out in order to create shadow clones. Light clones. Who cares what they're made of? What's important is they can do this. And also Impa can do whatever this is right here. So after the battle, Impa and Link decide to go see Zelda, and this is when we find out that Roundy here is tied to the Calamity. So our heroes decide to take to the Royal Ancient Tech Lab to find out more. But uh-oh, one of the Guardians gets corrupted by some malice, and so we have to run around and do some stuff until we are eventually able to kill it. And then we see another Round Guardian, except this one's what's that thing? Nintendo, you really gotta be more subtle than that. And then there's this cool cutscene with Robbie and Purah, and I would show it to you, except, whoops, no sound. Thanks, Impa. And then they decide to seek out help from the 4 champions who are destined to pilot the Divine Beasts. But first, before we talk about that, let's talk about the map. On it, you can do side quests, and by that I mean exchange materials for more things like health and combos. And you can also unlock shops on it where you can buy more materials to do more side quests. Aside from that, there's also battle quests, which are shorter than normal levels and oftentimes give you much more specific clear conditions. So now let's go find those champions. And first up is Zora's domain. King What's-His-Name is too afraid to go let his daughter pilot the Divine Beast, but is perfectly willing to let her run off into a field of monsters. And it turns out Mipha's brother, Prince Sidon, went missing, and where is he? Well, as it turns out, he has been kidnapped by a Lionel. And then there's a lot of monsters, and then this is where we get to pilot Divine Beast Varuta. At first I was excited, but after realizing it wasn't that much of a power trip, I just got bored. That's kind of a theme with these Divine Beasts. And now up is Gerudo Desert, but uh-oh, the Gerudo are attacking us, and why? Because Lady Urbosa is actually not Lady Urbosa at all. Turns out she's actually Master Koga, leader of the Yiga clan. But luckily, the real Urbosa shows up and teaches this idiot a lesson. And then there's this cutscene with this weird dude, and oh look, see, I told you that there was who knows, there was another one. Next up is Death Mountain, with its high-definition lava. And hey look, the sound's working again.
What you'll learn about me is that I never refuse a sincere request. So of course I'm on board with your plan.
The only problem is, there's monsters guarding the road to it. And after a while we encounter some hot springs, and Daruk decides that now would be a perfect time to take a break. Here comes Link at top speed, heading straight for the hot spring, and... Link? And next up we have Ravioli. But now the Doritos are attacking us. And this time it's the real Rivali commanding them. But as it turns out, it's just one big misconception, and Zelda arrives and sorts everything out just in time. And now with all the champions together, all that we need is Zelda's power to come in, and the sword that seals the darkness. So of course we head off to Korok Forest, but first, we need to blow up all the enemies blocking our way. Then after we get inside, it turns out Creepy Dude is stalking us. Then after walking around for a while, Hestu shows up, but being a Korok, nobody can see him. Until...
Huh? Finally! Somebody sees me!
I don't know how that works, but okay. Hestu offers to lead us through the Lost Woods, and in return, we're supposed to protect him from monsters. And after doing some things, we find the road to Korok Forest to be blocked by malice. And so our heroes have to split up and find and kill evil clones of the champions made of malice. Alright Zelda, you got this. Wait. No way. No actual way. Screw you, Zelda! We get to play as the big Yahaha! Let's go! You know, with all these characters, Link's lack of talking is beginning to get a little bit weird. I mean, everyone else has proper voice lines, and Link's over here just shouting nonsensically. Don't worry, even though he is somewhat mute, he's only slightly mentally handicapped. And eventually we get rid of the malice, and we meet Astor, the big bad guy of the story. Okay. Unfortunately, we are no match for him, but Link, with the lack of his voice lines, manages to pull out the Master Sword, then beat the crap out of Astor. Then on the way back from Korok Forest, Zelda's feeling a bit stressed, so Roundy decides to play Zelda's lullaby, and then Zelda has a memory of it. My brain hurts. How does that work? This is why I don't like time travel, by the way. Oh hey look, rupees! Okay. Do I get more money? Wait, what's that? And next we have another cutscene with Astor. But the sound broke again, and me trying to fix it just made it that much worse.
Wait, did you hear my voice? Dang it.
You know, now I think is the perfect time to say I really like this game. Seeing all of the characters that were barely used and having all this voice acting. And hey, we even get to play as Hestu, which is the last character I expected to play as. What? And with this unspeakable power, the Great Fairies and Hestu decided to storm the Yiga clan hideout and completely destroyed everyone in it. You know, with Master Koga, this is probably the most concentrated collection of Zelda meme characters probably ever. With the Yiga clan defeated, the calamity grows near, so in a desperate attempt our heroes venture to the Spring of Courage to awaken Zelda's power. But unfortunately her power shows no signs of awakening, so all they can do is try to face the calamity head on, but unfortunately, the wrath of Ganon is too much for them to bear, and all hope is lost. Actually, it isn't, but the video's already getting to the time where I wanted it to end, and we aren't even halfway through the game. But if we can get this video to 10 likes, then I will do another one. But until then, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment on any other game you'd like to see me do next. And with that, I will see you in the next video. I'm out!